Hello, YouTube. We are back with the second part of Hooked on You, the Dead by Daylight dating sim. And we're gonna, see who we end up with. Hopefully in this video. If not, there will be a part 3. But yeah. The game.
Yes, choose a game.
Also, you need to stream it for me.
Oh, that's right.
Thanks.
Yep. Oh, alright. Seems like the next activity is mealtime. How quaint. You were expecting what? Capture the flag? Do you know how complicated it is to run a game like that? Much more so than sitting and talking. You arrive at the cookout area and find an assortment of picnic tables scattered around. What were you expecting? You got a grand hall with a huge banquet table? This ain't some prestigious fantasy epic like you find on cable. So I didn't want to usher you to the seat, but they're very limited seats around the record. And, great. It seems that everyone wants to sit next to you. Even better than they don't want to sit next to certain other people. For the start, no one wants to sit next to Trapper. Meanwhile, he refuses next to sit next to Wraith or Trickster.
Hey, where's Trickster? I thought he wasn't here.
He is. Oh yeah, Trickster is here. Surprise? Yeah, well, they don't call him. Expected, sir. Even I get this problem. My whole shit gets a little frustrated. Hey there, you're looking good, Daddy D. Real good. Thank you. And we literally can't let much of some trappers in the game. No, seriously, there are those too big they can't fit in the table. They sit side by side. Look at this, we can't even fit everyone on the screen at the same time. You probably think it was an error, but it's not. It was completely intentional. Fourth wall break, I guess?
Yeah.
See, it felt kind of forced. Let that be a lesson to every area you think there you see a choice. That. Okay, Dwight and Claudette are directing traffic. You sit on one side, the rest of the army sit on the opposite. Up the Trapper and sit at the ends with their enormous sexy arms. Now that I want to see it, we can begin dinner.
Tonight's meal was prepared slowly and carefully with both love and hate for 12 hours over a spit. We hope you
Oh. You Dwight now?
No. I thought it said Claudette, I'm sorry.
Where do you see? I don't even think
I don't know.
Missy.
I don't know.
Caught you lacking in 4K. We hope you all enjoy. We really hope you do.
Hey, you didn't actually tell us what you were serving. What are we eating?
Meat.
Oh no. Seasoned with a specific number of special herbs and spices that we simply can't divulge.
My favorite.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Meat is good. Wow, me and Wraith are, like, clicking.
Meat is murder, sorry.
You didn't even say... Which you know, considering what you've been up to, who are you to get judgy now? That's a good point, Spirit.
Yeah. I'm just sharing facts. You to murder something to eat its meat, so that's like technically true. Technically true is the best kind of.
Okay, enough yapping. Let's eat.
Hey, Daddy, you thinking what I'm thinking? It's gonna be a personal death spit, right? With several parts of overlapping. I haven't seen many pigs running pumpkins, you know? When you look closely to spit, you spot what definitely appears to be scraps of fat and sounds between some layers of meat. I think I might be 6. Is there anything else to eat?
This took 12 hours.
Yeah, we literally do everything on the side. Actually, there's one thing you don't have to do. You're not carving up this delectable meal.
Wow, he's right for a change, because I am with my broad axe. It's the perfect tool for easily chopping anything in twain.
First, who says twain? Sometimes I swear it's like we're all from completely different areas. Second, I'll handle this with my cleaver. Fast, powerful, clean. At least it's clean when the meat is cooked. At least it's clean when the meat is cooked.
I love how you just keep going between, like, your accents.
I don't have the energy right now.
Ugh, you two and your ridiculous bicep swinging contest. Enough. Grow up. Obviously, my gorgeous katana is the only option. Obs.
The hell it is.
Oh, I'll show you both my katana and send you to actual hell if you'd like.
please stop. Please, I hate when we fight. We're talking, even when we look at each other in the eye. I can do it. I have the skull of Azeroth.
Great. Instead of slicing it up, you can club it to death.
Hey, Eddie, I know this isn't what you want me to do, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up field.
Felix?
Okay. Otherwise, this will go on for hours. No hyperbole. They once argued over who had the most effective weapons for 72 straight hours. It doesn't matter which one does it. When they're done, they'll take even longer cleaning their weapon, all while explaining the value of maintaining it. Despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason, they're always terrified of techs.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you just let me carve up dinner? Splendid idea. We'd hate for it to get cold.
He hated when it got cold.
Here's a machete, freshly sharpened. Oh god.
Oh, a mini game. Okay.
It consists of two parts on top of a pointer, which rotates in the clockwise direction. On the bottom of the target, you're going to sometimes the target is immediately invisible and the pointer up to the pointer until the pointer moves. Press the spacebar to stop the pointer while holding the target in. Fail that target, you will lose. To achieve a perfect success, land on the start of the target, not the end. What? Start? Okay. Ready! Away we go!
Yes.
Slice! Oh,
Let's
shit.
do
So
it.
that's the start, right? Not the end? So this is the
Yeah.
start. I think that's the start. Okay.
Perfect.
I mean, I'm
Nice.
doing skill checks all the time. I'm doing it just like that.
Ooh.
Perfect!
Okay.
Ah! Oh, it was fast, man. It was
Ooh.
fast.
Still not bad though.
Yeah. What? I'm never gonna count again. I don't know why I tried to make it like some special like game. Watch, without counting, I'm just gonna do it fucking perfectly. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. I'd like to see what you could do with a less clumsy weapon. Yeah, I said it. Machetes are dumb.
I think I made her very happy.
I think so. Dinner is finally served.
Really. The sounds especially coming from the masked nose which involves lifting their mask and shoving food up behind Cassie. Spirit, meanwhile, doesn't even eat. She's the only one who seems to really be embracing being dead. They're all dead. So obviously not. Come on. Still trying to make mysterious.
Why does the ocean have like a Russian accent?
I'm the only one who's working, alright? I'll make this night. I feel like it's miscute. Well,
Confirm the ocean is Russian.
Yep. Well, at least they're listening to this. This is only 99% disgusting. Just try to smash them and do that. Spirit, why aren't you hungry?
The two best things about being dead is not having to eat.
That's like one of the worst things about being dead, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd agree.
That's only one thing.
Think about it, Daddy D. Number 2 is no number 2. One less thing to think about in the afterlife. Wow. Even if I wanted to eat, I have no idea what would actually follow. I mean, it's probably how she has like a good body. You might have noticed, but I'm mostly just a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in a spectral floor. Do you see how deep this cut on my abdomen is? I don't think my digestive tract connects anymore.
Between the food and the behavior of the group, this might be the worst meal in history. But even
Wow.
worse is they're staring at you. You're not eating. They don't like you. You can fucking touch it.
It's Felix, right?
Yeah. I think they want to ask Nation why. What do you want to tell them?
Look at that seagull.
That's what I would say.
Yeah. Change the subject.
You ever seen a seagull that big? I haven't. That's incredible. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Lame misdirect. Yeah, she's right. Daddy D, pretty lame. Own who you are, never compromise.
Oh, I kind of want to go back. That was a bad decision, wasn't it?
Spirit kind of gives off, like, contradicting personalities,
No,
doesn't
she
she?
always was like that. Didn't you wash up on the other with no memory of who you are and how you got here? Yes, you did. Poor thing. You have no idea the last time you ate a real food. You've been standing in the sun. But the seagull... that made a lot of good points. I swear, you're beginning to feel lightheaded. They waved at me. Maybe you need to use this That or someone poisoned you. No, wait, you haven't eaten, so you can't be poisoned. Whatever the answer, you're clearly about to pass out. Oh, hey, it's me again. Your friend, mentor, guide, narrator to the narrator in the ocean. Not sure I feel about the characterization, but I'll allow it. I brought you here, I might be the only one who can help you. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're here. No one can tell you. That's unless you follow the right path, or at least a right path. There's too many to those scouts. Hopefully you pick at least one. Because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise. Others lead to something even worse. Starting scenes over and having the path forward back to where you were. Right? Hahaha. For this place holds many secrets, even from itself. But the one that truly matters can only be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Where are you here? Answer that and you'll learn the truth.
It's a pretty deep question.
I don't know. I don't know why I woke up.
Why is anything here?
Uh-huh.
Why are we here?
Vague mysterious. I got to give it to Ocean character. There's some quality early game storytelling. I can't read today. Hold on, then back. One more piece of advice. You have made many choices by now. Some of them like, some of them I didn't. It's in your best interest to make more choices that matter.
How do we know what the ocean wants?
We don't know. You wake up to find hunters holding your limp body, generally
Oh.
pouring water into your mouth.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a very good thing.
Oh, good. You're okay. Sometimes when I try and care for people, they have a way of ending up less alive than when I
hunters,
started.
You kill lots of children.
Ooh.
You know.
Don't
her.
bring that up.
Don't bring up that she always kills. See, she actually seems competent in this, which so confuses me so much.
They're also making her like really cute right now.
Oh, yeah.
Which would be a total bummer if that happened to you. It's been so long since I had a normal, happy, healthy, living person around. Usually I'm just falling into the same old routine of smashing everyone's heads open with a hatchet before I really get to know who they are as a person. But you're not nearly as scared or too busy writhing in pain to see me for me.
You felt nervous in her arms, not just because her baby crushing you a little bit, but because she's beautiful. It's beautiful, but I was just going to narrate the fact, not, say a lot of other single words. Beautiful mask. Your bunny mask is quite gorgeous. Nice recovery. But now that you're awake and talking, you gotta keep this up. Did you make it yourself?
You're the first person to ever ask me that. Yes, I did.
You seem so quirky and cool. You can do anything. Own an Etsy store, be a doctor. Why is it that you kill people? Hunter's side, you compared it to the memories looking across her eyes, but she hasn't tried to kill you yet, so that's good.
It's all I was ever taught to do as a young girl, so I thought it was right.
Even through the mask, you can see that Hunter is blushing. It seems like your line of questioning is a little nervous.
Hey, you didn't eat much at dinner. Want a snack? Oh, what's the snack?
Probably even her food, but her spice game is on board and smells pretty damn good.
Wow. Yeah, accept it.
Well, a murder's on you, might as well eat as the killers do. Plus, you really are hungry, and you can chow down on jerky essentially. I'd love some. For a moment of quiet chewing on what you choose to believe. What you choose to believe is not human by me. You decide to be bold and ask another question. I can always right now. Have you ever been in a relationship before? Dang, you really going there? You did not play around. Do not. Hunters takes a moment to think deeply before answering. I must say, it's quite amusing to see this hulking bombshell get all twisted up with these personal questions. Kudos to you, game.
There was this one deer that looked at me quite provocatively in a clearing once, but that doesn't count, does it? I think that's happened to all of us.
Nope, I'm still, not experienced. You hear the faintest giggles bubble out from behind the hunter's mouth. I added words to that. Ha ha ha, you're so cute, Hunters. No, it doesn't count. Whoa, what's this? You found something in the sand? Hunters reaches out to pick it up.
Look at her thigh.
Thunder thighs.
It's
a
freaking
haircut.
huge.
Probably left by some little girl who was playing on the beach long ago, who is definitely still alive and not at all dead. Huntress closes the bag of jerky with her head.
I thought it said with her thighs.
Seems like she's a little mixed up on how exactly this particular item works. Should you go with the flow or show us some of your knowledge of an advanced UBD? We show her.
Show her a thing or two, you know what I mean?
You silly goose. You chuckled before reaching for the bag of jerky. You took the beret off and select the lock of Huntress's hair, flipping it into.
Damn, we making the moves on Huntress out here.
Thank you for saving my stutter fest. Much better. Huntress is so happy that you taught her something new about human triggers. She touches to feel it in her hair. Just as things are really clean out here, flurry of footsteps behind you. Quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever new dangers popped up.
I feel like it's Trapper.
Nope.
Oh.
Only to find that it's Dwight and Claudette sprinting across the beach, clipboards in hand, which they're waving in the air above their heads.
Are you okay?
I don't know. It's very important that we stick to the itinerary.
And attend each event as scheduled.
Playing sick for cute flirt points was not part of the evening's activities.
That's strictly slotted in for after campfire story time. At this rate, we'll be late. Well, we should get going to the campfire.
No, that's not for excuses.
Well, there is, but that's scheduled for after what comes through the flirting.
Go, 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 go!
Wow, this freaking, like, dating retreat sucks.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of questions.
Once everyone is gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement. We are not going to blame anyone in particular.
But someone, and we're not going to say who, so don't worry, you, hasn't been sticking to the schedule.
That means that we are behind on time for evening activities.
And we'll only have time for one person to share their special spooky nighttime story. Spoopy stories.
Sorry, Ray, sucks to be you, boss.
Are you gonna read his line?
Oh, yeah. Just one story, but stories are my favorite activity. This is a narrative-heavy experience. I'm so glad it's only one.
You're telling us that only one person gets to share? How will we decide who?
I'm using spirit.
Oh, great. We have to decide as a group? That never goes well.
Whoever needs me, step up now. I swear I won't be angry. I'll merely chop your head off clean. No fuss, no mess. Voice trembling, you realize this is probably it for you, but you embrace me. So sorry, everyone. I think the time is up. To be honest, I still don't understand how this whole schedule works. I guess I lost track of time while I was passing out. Been there before, even though it's taking some pressure off of me, which is an absolute dream come true. Is it really fair to pick on the news?
Seriously, has anything here ever happened on schedule? Even once?
Damn it, Donald!
Wait, who's
Yeah,
Donald?
Who's Donald? Alright, hold on. Damn it, Donald!
Donald Trump? Donald Duck?
I don't know. If you try to flex that authority gimmick on me one more time, so help me, I'll snap your head off so quick and then I'll drown you in his blood. Cynthia, Fuss, and Muss are back on. You two know I love the hack slash. It's like,
We all know you love to kill. It's almost all you talk about. Nobody named any names. Who even knows any names? Not us.
I renounce my name. Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows anymore? Call me nobody. But we still gotta get started on story time, so.
Daddy D, who do you think should go first? Oh, damn it. That's a name.
Please pick somebody quickly so that the trouble meeting doesn't turn into a bloodbath.
I feel like the most interesting story would be either Huntress or Trapper. Are you voting for Spirit?
I want to.
Okay,
Yes!
let's do Spirit.
Whoa. This entire experience is being carefully crafted to avoid an IP infringement lawsuit. Let's be careful with the catchphrases.
What
I
catchphrase?
think I choose you, Spirit. I choose you.
Oh. I choose you, Charizard. Really? You want to hear from me?
Spirit
I didn't.
your eyes as
If
the-
that means anything, I wanted to hear from
Yes,
Huntress
your
or
feet
Trapper.
in front of the campfire. Be real quick.
Don't let her talk to you out of it. She's great with ghost stories.
That's what it goes. I don't know where she gets it, but she comes up with the scary stuff. Seriously disturbing, even to me. I literally pulled a guy's skull and spine out once with my bare hands. Talk about bullshit stories.
I want to hear the Trapper
Yeah.
story. It's probably good. Okay. If everyone else is going to chit chat, I guess I can just sit down and.
Hunter's eye. Oh wait, no, wrong person. Huntress' eyes go red down her mask, and both Trapper and Ray take their seat. They know when it's worth fighting and when it's not.
Ahem. Well, I hate to break it to you, but tonight's story isn't scary. It's a romance.
What?
Too late now, though. I was selected, and so I'm going to tell my story. I told you your story would be lame.
Probably all romance, but hey, you get to read all this now.
I call it The Prisoner's Kiss.
You notice the Huntress and Ray are both sharing a giant tub of popcorn. Nobody offered you. It's kind of cringe.
It was a dark summer night. Warm rain seeped from the sky like blood from an old wound. Detective Hada, a celebrated investigator and renowned hostage negotiator, was called to the scene of a strange occurrence unlike anything she had ever seen before. When she arrived, the scene was chaotic. Crowds had begun to gather. A dozen other officers were doing everything they could to keep curious onlookers away, but how could anyone resist wanting to know more? For there, in the middle of a busy market, had appeared a giant box, strange, alien in its appearance, and massive in size. I was gonna say, that's like the Trapper probably.
Yeah.
No one knew how it got there. Was it delivered? Built on site? In such a busy area? How could something like this just appear? A mystery? It was as if conjured by magic. But this was no illusion. The huge box was very real, and someone was trapped inside. Alright, wait, don't go further. Who do you want to guess is inside?
What? How the fuck would we know?
I feel like it's gonna be a survivor. I'm going with Kate.
Why me? Fucking fine, Meg. Meg
You
is
say
a dog
Meg?
There, bro.
Okay.
Spirit pauses her story to look from face to face of each audience member. She has no expression, but you can feel her vibrate when she is in her
Help me! Cried someone inside the box. Oh, we're both wrong. It was a man. Terrified, trapped, imprisoned. His voice was trembling.
Give me your best help me in a man's voice, not some of that bitchy girl voice you just did. Come on.
Help me!
I don't think you'd be asserting dominance in that situation.
By now, it was as if every detective in the city was there, looking the strange structure up and down, inspecting it on every side. It didn't make sense. There were no doors, no windows, no fasteners or seams. It was completely solid and much too heavy to move by hand. Solid, that is, except for a single small slit, just enough to see the bloodshot eyes of the prisoner trapped inside. I don't know what happened. I woke up. And here I was. I'm so scared. Please help me, cried the man as if pleading for his life. No stranger to tense situations, Detective Hada comforted the man. She used her training to calm him and buy time for the other investigators. However, time did not bring clarity, only anxiety, as the night dragged on with no progress opening the box. And as the night grew longer, the seeping rain puddling on the ground, the man inside grew more desperate, more sad and lonely, more pathetic and in need of help. But Detective Hada was no help at all, powerless to save him. Guilt began to weigh on her, like it never had before. Don't let me die in here, the man begged. Don't let me die alone. Stay calm, instructed Detective Hada. You're not alone, I'm here. Hell, half the town is here. We're all in this together, and we won't let this be the end of your story. Looking through the narrowest of passageways, Detective Hada watched her own reflection in the tear-filled eyes of the strange, sad prisoner. Together, they both wept in silence at the hopelessness of the moment. Promise? Asked the man. Promise that I'm not alone? Yes, she promised. I do. A simple pledge. She felt an instant connection like she had never felt before. Not to her family, not to her friends, not to any of the other hostages she had worked so hard to free before. And so, when the man's eyes closed and backed away, it didn't scare Detective Hata, for she knew he would return, and he did, pressing his lips up to the narrow slit in this horrible puzzle box, repeating his question again, steam flowing from his mouth as he asked, "Promise? Promise that I'm not alone?" "Yes," she promised, "I do." And pressing her palms against the cold outside of the box, without truly knowing why, Detective Hata leaned forward and placed her own lips up to the opening, letting her breath creep into this strange structure, allowing her warm lips to fall on this man. It was a gentle kiss, a moment of compassion. She could feel in this brief contact the beating of her heart, pulsing blood through every inch of her body, matched beat for beat in this soft touch. "Thank you," said the man, no trace of fear remaining in his voice, and he backed away into the darkness, disappearing in a single moment of eerie calmness. "Get back!" yelled an officer, suddenly thrusting himself between Detective Hata and the box, breaking a silence that would soon be filled by a cacophony of whirring gears and clicking latches, a symphony of mechanical activity happening all at once. Something had triggered, as if an unseen lever pulled, and the side of the giant box began to slide open. Detective Hata gripped her flashlight tightly and pushed forward into the foggy interior of the giant box. Her feet splashed in the puddled rainwater, her heart racing as she swept her light from side to side. And that's when her eyes landed on the man, or at least landed on what should have been him. There, in the corner of the box, was a pile of pieces, like parts of doll, almost pulled apart, or perhaps that's just how Detective Hata had to think of him in the moment to survive. A collection of segments, limbs, pieces, disconnected from one another, cleanly severed and placed in a neat little pile. And atop that pile, head, cold, pale, eyes open, lips an icy blue.
Spirit stares at the fire, her own expression lifeless, her lips bleed, tears fall from her chin.
So you're telling me Detective Hata just kissed a decapitated head?
I'm guessing so. Let's not get in the bigger part of the story. You're blown away by the story, but it's safe to say you're not alone. That's just like fire over the sky. Anyone else would. It was you who chose me. You who initiated this harrowing tale, so sad, so creepy, so potential. She really went into great detail when it came to describing that kiss. Too much detail. And now, no one is sure. Dwight and Claudette are staring daggers at you. You have to do something. This game is supposed to be a light-hearted romp. Please, I said, do something!
I'll let you pick this one. Cool story. We stand up and try to start a slow clap.
I don't think we'll ever pick a lover if we keep choosing the funny options.
Yeah, we should probably do the top one, right?
Oh no, you're good. Yeah.
Say nothing and hug her.
Yeah.
Since she's crying. Cool story, bro.
Yeah, that's looking in my head. That's okay. All right, top. I'm gonna like phase right through her. You stand without saying. You stand and without saying anything, approach Spirit, reaching your arms around her for a hug. Her robe, hovering in the air, begins to wrap itself around you and squeeze you into her. It's kind of like being hugged back, but also like being tied up. It's certainly not what you expected. Instinctually, you pull yourself away, but it's an awkward moment. You nearly fall over into the fire. Spirit says nothing and floats away without so much as a goodbye. You, meanwhile, realize everyone had just watched this truly strange interaction from the corners of their eyes. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit so that they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all of 7 seconds before Trickster shows up and he's blaring his latest song.
Oh yeah.
Hey baby, you look lovely. Mind if I join you? He doesn't wait for an answer. You say yeah, you do mind? I know you've been hearing from these guppies all day.
Like, like little fish, I think,
yeah.
right? Isn't that a guppy?
I think so. but I want you to hear something from a big fish like me. Something special those in charge of the island don't want you to hear. I am the ultimate catch on this island. The only lobster in an ocean of sardines.
Alright, can we pause for a second?
Huh.
I swear, he was just saying in the last video that he didn't have time for this. He was a famous celebrity.
Facts.
He was leaving the island.
Facts.
Blah, 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 blah. And now, all of a sudden, he wants us? Like, what?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. No one can give you what I can. You just have to find me. Come find me, baby. Trickster leaves. You're a bit confused about what to make of his cryptic clues. But aren't you going to get any time yourself to think about them just yet? Spirit approaches you.
You know, I was watching you while I told my story. I could tell it was having an effect on you. This fog that follows me around, I could feel you breathing heavily, taking me in.
You and I are both absolutely flabbergasted at that piece of information. Jake learns something new every day, even when you're gone. I mean, married.
You're doing it again right now. You need to calm down. You should come to the hot tub with me. Oh boy, it's on with Spirit. Actually, I bet Claudette and Dwight are gonna come in.
Huh? What?
I bet Claudette and Dwight are gonna come.
Hey. This fucking ocean bitch better not mess this up. Dipping in hot tubs with the Spirit, you've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow her and offer like that. Just don't forget our little talk. Fuck you. I'm gonna go have fun. And hopefully get to second base. Alright. You and your storyteller friends look at the water.
Oh man, it's on.
Just that right time for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump from the ocean to the pool, you're also pretty sure your killer companion can handle it.
You hear this music?
Are you in the hot tub with your robe on right now, Spirit?
I just want to be totally clear, even though that story bore some similarities to my life, it was not about me in any way, shape, or form. Not symbolically, not metaphorically, not any other ickly.
I believe you completely. Sure, you were cut into pieces, so it was the person in the story.
A perfectly normal coincidence.
Sure, you're on this island, trapped, one might say, in a most puzzling place.
Also, a completely regular coincidence.
And sure, his lips were blue. Your lips are blue.
Really? You'd call this blue?
I don't know, I need to get a closer look. Searching for answers, hoping to find.
Revenge?
Okay, so the simulator stopped there, I guess.
Coincidences.
Sorry, the coincidences.
Get this through your head, whoever you are. Samurai blood runs through my veins, or, well, maybe it has coagulated by now. No need to sweat the details. Regardless, I'm a descendant of noble warriors. Thousands of years of training with bladed weapons preceded my entrance into this world. Do you know how many swords that is? A lot. You've got to figure that with that many sharp edges, a person is bound to get disconnected from a body part here and there. The truth is, and I wouldn't typically share this, so don't go blabbing about it, I dreamt that story, like watching a movie in my sleep, when I was just a little girl, years before my father sunk his blade into my skin. I've never been able to shake it.
That's a very adult story for a child.
Do you believe me? Yes, we believe you, Steamy.
I know we just met, but yes, I do. Wait until that story.
Fool! Who taught you to trust a stranger? You're going to get hurt if you don't learn to take better care of yourself. So did you not like that answer?
I don't fucking know. Now you've got me wondering if I believe you, if you believe her. And if I know everything because trust me, you are. Don't I already know the answer to my question about it? That's what Spirit's question. Oh, the air got me tripped.
Say hey, man.
Sorry, I didn't mean to distract you, I suppose. What's important is that a certain corpse cute floating in the cloud of... I didn't mean for space. Can I go back?
No.
I didn't mean to, I skipped it!
That one line was crucial to the
I
story.
know, I probably just missed a big hit. Alright, unfortunately, before you can follow this conundrum, let me better to know someone standing before you with a fresh towel ready to dry up. Oh, go away.
I told you. Sorry,
I
kids.
hate them. They're such Karens. Is it time for bed? Bruh.
I might be the youngest one here, but I'm no. Oh, that's fair. Okay, but whatever. I'm no kid. I do, however, love being wrapped up in a fresh, clean towel. My mother used to help me wash my hair when I was young. She'd comb out all the tangles and tie a ribbon around it before sending me on my way. I miss her.
Watch the spirit stares off into the distance, her hand gripping a tiny fist. She doesn't notice me. She catches her look and she turns away, roughly grabs the towel from her white and then pushes it on its side. Alright, bedtime. Get over to the campfire. The heat is comforting on this chilly night.
This is probably a
Looking
good
into the
place to
crackling
stop
embers, you think of
after you read this.
You think about Spirit's story about the prisoner in the puzzle box. If you manage to escape this place, will you leave with your life, or has it already been taken from you? It's just a matter of time until you make a gruesome discovery. Before you can dwell too much on your fate, Claudette's might arrive. And their now familiar creepy smile stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing to see a smile like that lit by a firelight. Who will we fall in love with? Find out next time.